Hey everyone, welcome to Stride Lasts Longer. Today, we'll be joined by MLG Pro player Liquid Tyler via Skype. Together, we're gonna go over some StarCraft 2 gameplay submitted by Iron Cal, and it should be pretty fun. So, Tyler, are you there?
I am here, man.
All right, good to have you here, man. Let's get right to it and get to the gameplay.
All right, let's do it.
So, when sending your scouting probe into the Terran base, what should you be looking for, and how should this affect your opening builds?
What you really want to check for is if he's started his refinery yet. You want to know the timing on when he's getting that gas. If he's not getting that gas, he's probably going to expand. If he is getting that gas, he's probably going to attack.
So what do you see right now? What's going on? What do you think he's going to do from here?
From here, I'm thinking it's just going to be a normal, maybe 2 racks. He wants to get a tech lab on that barracks and get some marauders out. It's a pretty standard opening for Terran.
All right, now we're back in the base. What opening builds do you personally like to use against Terran players?
Well, if it's a map that is good for aggression, then I like to chrono boost out and just go attack the Terran. That can put some pressure on him, and it can also give you some more information because you're in his face and you'll see what he has. But if it's a bigger map that aggression isn't so great on, then I like to sit back, get an observer really quickly, and then scout him out with that observer.
Do you notice any flaws in Iron Cal's gameplay so far at this point?
Oh, at this point, it's looking very smooth. It could have been one of my games at this point.
That's quite the compliment, so that's good.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so when should the Protoss player be looking to take an expansion?
Well, he's got to think, when is it safe to take an expansion? If he's scouted the Terran expanding, well then he definitely wants to expand as soon as possible to not get behind in economy. In this case, the Terran is doing kind of a weak push, and Iron Cal is making the right decision of expanding and just not caring about such a weak push.
Looking at his probes here, what is the optimum number of probes for a player to reach?
Well, it's 16 probes per base on minerals because you want 2 probes per patch, and there's 8 mineral patches per base. But once you get that, you can actually get a few more and it's still helpful, but you really want to have at least 2 per patch is really what you need ASAP.
So we're about to see a very big battle here. If you just want to walk us through it and tell us how he fares out in this battle.
Yeah, well, this is a pretty nice setup that we're looking at here because the Terran doesn't have his siege tanks defending this expansion. It'd be nice if you had his zealots in front right at the start, but they're not in terrible position. It would have been nice if you used Guardian Shield from the sentries. The sentries really weren't doing anything. The Stalkers took a little bit of extra damage that they didn't need to. He could have just sat back with his Colossi and used the long range of the Colossi to take down SCVs in the Planetary Fortress.
All right, well, let me ask you a question. How do you improve your micro? How do you personally work on that yourself?
I don't really do any specific exercises for it. I just, play normal games and let the practice come through that. But it's important to watch replays in slow motion. Go back to a battle that you lost or any battle that you could have microed better, and then just think, what are the things I need to do, the order I need to do them in, so that you can have kind of a plan going into the battle. Not every pro can just improvise and think on the spot and do everything perfectly. This is all very routine. They have a plan, and if you just make a plan, it makes it a lot easier.
All right, that pretty much wraps up this gameplay. What is your grade for Iron Cal today in the StarCraft 2 gameplay?
Iron Cal was really good at his overall game plan. I love his expansion timing, and I loved his unit composition. But when it came to the battle, it was a battle he picked well, but he didn't execute it perfectly. So he could work on his micro a little bit and make sure he gets everything out of his units and not waste any units. Overall, I rate Iron Cal about a B-. He's definitely pretty good. He knows how to do a lot of things well, but there's a lot of little things he needs to improve before he can become pro.
All right, thanks so much, Tyler, for joining us. That'll do it for us here at the MLG HQ, but make sure to check back at MajorLeagueGaming.com/LastLonger, where we're going to have more pros, more tips, and of course, more Stride Last Longer episodes coming out soon.